My name is Sawyer Davis.
My name is Sophia.
Jet Toller.
My name is Mark Sawyer.
Personally, I don't think he's that good of a person.
I think he's a smart fella, but he can be a fart smeller sometimes.
I think he's a cool guy. I think he does some good things.
He's alright. His butt ugly.
I think it's alright. I mean, it looks ugly, that's for sure, but I think it's unique, at least.
The Cybertruck, I think it's ugly, and I mean, the idea of it is cool, but it's really ugly. I hate seeing it.
Yeah. Sure? Yeah.
Oh yes, I think they are, because normal cars they produce a lot of normal cars produce a lot of carbon emissions that destroy our ozone layer and make it very hard to breathe. And electric cars might have a bad effect when you're creating them. Like they kind of hurt the planet a lot when you're creating them. But in the end, I overall think that electric cars are the future and will not be as bad for the environment as normal cars.
I don't know if it's the right path to take, because electric cars take a lot of energy to produce, and that energy is typically not sourced from a very, renewable place. So typically it just ends up being way more emissions to create the car, like the batteries and such. And then, obviously they don't make emissions themselves, but the power that they get isn't necessarily fully clean either.
No, because since it's reusable, then we can reuse it for different purposes to help ourselves out.
I think it is, yeah. It creates new ways to create energy that don't really harm the environment as much.
Absolutely. So I can breathe the air, and the polar bears don't have to sit on that tiny little block of ice because of the big hole in our ozone. Ice caps melting because of the major amounts of CO2 we're pumping into the air, the unbalanced amount of CO2.
I would say so, because eventually we're going to run out of fossil fuels. And so when we do, renewable energy is going to be the only way.
Because fossil fuels we're going to run out of, and they're not the best for keeping the environment good.
Fossil fuels can be helpful, but they also do cause a lot of harm to the environment. Like with cars, they can cause a lot of gas pollution.
I think that fossil fuels are a leading factor in global warming. They heat up the world when you burn them. They're just not good, and we're going to run out of them eventually. It takes a while to dig them up out of the ground. They burn through the ozone layer.
I think fossil fuels are a leading factor to global warming, yes. I think that they create a big bubble around the earth that makes it really hot, like a big blanket, like a big fuzzy blanket. And I think that is a big problem in our world today.
Oh, we can turn off lights in our house, we can turn off our running water, we can turn off, if you have a computer, you can turn that off throughout the day, turn off lights, fans, all that. You could also, you could bike to school instead of driving a car, or you could, you could just be more, outside, not sitting in the air-conditioned home. You don't have to sit inside all the time. You don't have to be playing any video games. You can just go outside and enjoy the world. That saves energy, because we're not using the power in our homes, or that they're going through our homes, or for the lights, or the fans, or the
Well, I think we can start by using less energy on, excess lights that don't need to be on, and at the end of the day, it's really up to the corporations to do the big part of it, because, everyone could just stop turning on their lights, but fossil fuels are still being burnt, power is still being generated, and it's still bad for the environment.